I'm Alice Little, and I am a legal sex worker.
Hi, I'm Lexi Jade, and I'm a legal sex worker.
Today, we are answering some of the most commonly asked questions about sex work. A commonly asked question is if legal sex workers use protection. The answer is yes. We are legally required to use condoms by law for each and every sex act. And when it comes to going down on the ladies, we have dental dams available too.
So when we're on our period, it's really simple. We just use black sheets, dark towels, black condoms, and then a sea sponge or a wet tampon for just the period of the party, and then removed when finished.
Yeah, a lot of sex workers also will use birth control that will prevent them from getting a typical cycle. That is what I choose to do, and it works out really great. There's a huge conflation between forced, coerced sex trafficking and sex work. The biggest difference is choice. Those of us that choose to enter the industry do so of our own volition and freedom.
We retain ownership of our bodies, we set our own prices, we say no when we want to. We can be in the middle of a party and I can ask you to leave and you have to leave. Everything is our choice, everything goes as far as we want it.
It's not to say that there's a right way and a wrong way to do sex work, but I choose to work out of the legal brothel system. Oh yes, sex workers pay a lot of money in taxes. This year I will be paying over 6 figures in taxes. I file as an LLC, much like any other business would, and then I'm able to deduct my expenses from that, of which there are quite a few.
Yeah.
We are independent contractors at the ranch. That's what allows us to have the freedom to set our own prices, offer the services that we want. We're essentially all businesses within a business.
I think we can only speak for ourselves.
Yes, as a legal sex worker, my experience is going to be very different than those that are working on the streets. I am offered legal protection. There is a security gate, and I have a panic button in my room that I can press if I ever feel the need. Because of the legal nature of my industry, it tends to keep away those that would have ill wishes.
I generally feel safe. I'm usually treated with a lot of respect. My clientele is really great.
Yeah, there's like a lot of misconceptions about the people that see sex workers too.
How many times I've heard a client say, I'm not the kind of guy that usually comes in here, and I stop them and I say, well, the guys that usually come in here and spend time with me are generous and respectful and great companions. So I really hope you are like a lot of the clients that I see.
I've seen everything from CEO of a Fortune 500 company to a blue-collar worker that works with the local railroad association. The people who come to see us aren't seeking to bring violence to women. They're seeking out intimacy, which is a beautiful and healthy thing. There are so many different services that are offered by legal sex workers. The service that I most get requested for is GFE, or the girlfriend experience, where we might go out for dinner or lunch, have a conversation, and it's so much more than just the sex. It's the intimacy of it. They want that active listening, the companionship, and the intimacy.
An intellectual, beautiful woman on demand.
We work with virgins. We work with straight women that have never learned how to interact with their own bodies in a pleasurable way. I have also worked with folks that are on the autism spectrum in teaching them new ways of communicating and experiencing dating in a way that's healthiest for them.
I really enjoy being a safe place for a couple to come into when you're unsure. Things can go beautifully. It literally can change someone's relationship. So that's been very requested and very rewarding for me.
I can kind of step in as a third-party mediator, take a look at what's currently happening in the relationship and help them troubleshoot it.
Right.
Other couples come in because they want to have fun. They want to have a third person in their relationship, and certainly aren't in this to steal someone's husband.
Yeah, to be clear, like the idea of us stealing your husbands is the same as childcare providers trying to steal your kids. That's just not happening. I definitely get satisfaction sexually from my job. That's a given. I allow myself to enjoy it. Whatever happens, happens. I usually have a great time.
It's a very rewarding job. You're getting to make these amazing, intimate connections with somebody. And so I always encourage people to lean into their fantasies and their desires and actually put their pleasure first in that equation. I like to enable them to do that.
That is so true. It is the time to be selfish and ask exactly for what you want and agree upon it and like live out your fantasy.
Something that I'd really like people to know about legal sex workers, it's something that we choose to do because we're looking for that safety net of having the legalization. Unfortunately, legal sex work only exists in Nevada. It comes at oftentimes a great personal expense. The ladies are required to get themselves to the ranch location, pay for their doctor, pay for their sheriff's card, and so there is a certain cost investment involved when becoming a legal sex worker.
For me, a big misconception with legal sex work, we're doing something bad. We're hurting you, your families, ourselves, our children. It's nothing more than two people coming together and appreciating each other. Hear from us firsthand and not what you think or from a movie.
Talk to us, not about us. We have medical professionals to take care of healthcare needs. We have childcare providers to take care of childcare needs. We have mental health professionals to take care of our mental health needs. Spiritual leaders to take care of our spiritual needs. Why not sex workers to take care of our sex needs? And that's what we do. We take care of that need.
You're welcome.
Can you dig it? I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can dig it. Can you dig it? I can. Hell yeah, what?